With today's project, I'm building a portable shooting table.
This is Grizzly Country Outdoors.
There's 100 videos on building these tables. Mine isn't any special thing. I wanted this table to be really stable. So I took two 2-foot by 4-foot pieces of 3/4 plywood, good one side. I glued them together. So I've created a tabletop that's 1.5 inches thick. So it's got some heft to it rather than just using a single sheet. And then the only other thing that I'm going to do that's any different than you've seen with any other of these builds is the way I'm going to build the legs. I'm going to use 2x6 to build the legs. I'm going to taper them. I want them the full width here where they'll attach to the bottom of the table, and that's to prevent side-by-side wobbling of them, but then tapering them to make them so they're not as heavy. I'm going to make my tabletop 35 inches high. I'll get the hinges that I'm going to use for this to show you. Okay, these are the hinges I decided to go with. I really like them because it's a heavy duty metal, and they've got a really cool little locking device when you bring them out. Boom. So, and then to release it, you just push that in and they close up. I think they're going to work really well. I got these ones off Amazon. You can probably go down to your local hardware and find them, or Amazon. The first order of business, I've got the tabletop roughed out. I got to do some stuff here. I'm going to router the edges to smooth the edges. I got to sand it quite a bit. I may cut a handle for carrying once I kind of figure out a balance point and have the legs on. Then I'll see what I want to do there. So I got to set this aside for now. Because what I gotta do, first thing, is cut these legs out. Because all I'm doing is running the table saw. I'm gonna freehand cut them. I'm gonna draw the line and just through the saw, but it's not very exciting to watch. Perfect enough. Alright, I got the legs on it. That's how they lock out. This is not quite as solid as I would have hoped right here, but that's how your legs are going to fold down. Like so. I guess we have to see what happens when we set her down. This is what I plan to use for a seat. This bucket. I'm going to make a seat. And I set this height. With the idea that sitting on this bucket, I'd be just at the right shooting height, but let's see here. Yeah, that's fine. The only thing is these legs are not stiff enough. I may have to get a piece of flat bar and create an angled brace that I can swing out when I go to shoot. I guess we have to, like, I don't know. Might just have to try it out to see. I can get tucked in here pretty good. A shooting table has to be stable, and my table clearly isn't stable because the hinges, they don't quite lock solid enough. So at this point I have to do something. I need to put an angle brace or some way to stiffen up this table. So I'll show you what I ended up doing here. I take it all apart and the hinges are on the shelf. I'll use them for another project. I do like those hinges, but just for this particular application, they're not strong enough. They don't latch out solidly enough. But yeah, the hinges, they lock out. They open up nicely, but they don't really lock solidly. Okay, so I threw this shooting table together earlier with a 1/4 inch bolt. So I can go like this, put a wing nut on it, like so. With the wing nut on there, the table legs are solid as can be. And of course, on these, I got the wing nut already in place on those two. So let's just set this table down, flip it over, see what we got. Not too shabby. There's our homemade portable shooting table. Okay, I'm modifying my table. No sooner I got this thing built and I didn't like it. I decided I'm going to change it so that I'm going to attach the leg assemblies to these pieces of fence board. I've already got the back leg done. The deal is I'm going to do the same with the front legs. I'll screw these on here, and then what I'm going to do, and then I'll take this assembly, I'll attach it to the table with carriage bolts and wing nuts, and by doing it this way, it's going to allow me to flip the table over to accommodate right-handed or left-handed shooters. Okay, I got the legs fitted just with these carriage bolts. Flip this over so we can look at it. Like, it's very solid already. Solid enough. They're attached through here with 3-inch wood screws. I'm going to take and make some 90-degree angle blocks with the 2x4 and glue them for like a little gusset on each side of the legs. Then I won't even need any other braces. They'll be plenty strong enough. Alrighty then. We have a little block as a gusset on the leg. Same on the front legs. I screwed them in place. Solid. Big question. Did I get my holes drilled accurately enough up here that I can flip this table to be ambidextrous, which was my intent? There's the question. Do these holes line up now when I reverse the table? Let's find out. this is the way it wants to go because the holes I can see them, but they're off by that much.
Okay, yeah. You can see that one.
Yeah.
Oh, why'd you cut your leg off?
Well, that was that was
Oh,
left
that was an
over.
extra piece? Okay. That's just stuff you're using off of it.
Bam!
It's done?
Yeah, the holes were out by like that much to line up
Right.
to allow me to reverse it because I'm right-handed and most people shoot right-handed, but I wanted to be able to accommodate the odd guy that,
Left-handed?
yeah, was deformed at birth, shoots left-handed.
You don't have that running, did you?
Yeah, that's right. So we're accommodating those people with this. The back leg is a lot simpler because the holes are, first of all, they're close together, but there's only 3 holes, so lining them up, done, piece of cake. But now the front, I can reverse it. I can have this table for a left-handed shooter or a right-handed shooter. Sturdy and ambidextrous. That's what we want. I might go get myself some kind of a clear coat or something to throw it on here. So there we go. We got our ambidextrous portable shooting table built. I can reverse the legs. Got a nice little gusset, wooden gusset in here. They're simple as hell. Just goes apart with wing nuts. Like a 5-minute job to set up. 5-minute job if a lefty wants to shoot, to just flip the bench over. So there you go. That's it.